Assalamu alaikum everyone. Good evening. How are you all? I hope you are doing great by the grace of Almighty Allah. But as you are not there, as you are behind the camera, so I hope you are doing great. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And I'm known as Ashraf Alam. Please call me Ashraf. I'm in your spoken teacher. I always consider myself as an optimistic person because I believe that every person have to have optimism. If we cherish optimism, then we will be able to achieve any success effortlessly. In addition to this, today I'm going to talk about some topics that I have sorted out. So I believe that this session will be an excellent, workable, or preferable where we can learn a wide range of information. So let me write it down, the topics that I have sorted out for each one of you. First of all, I would like to write down well, so you can see that, right? There are the three types of topics that I have sorted out to discuss with you. So first of all, look at the above of the topic, sense of tense. And second one is imperative, positive, and negative. Last but not least, the point is questionable words and some important ones. So each point is completely or dramatically related to with each other. So before starting this lesson, I would like to say that if you have any problem to understand my speech, what I'm saying, feel free to ask me via or sir. Make it easy for us so that we can understand it. But do not try to say any Bengali language. I do not understand any language except English. As we are doing or we are conducting the spoken course, you have to bear in mind, if you have any questions to ask me, then try to ask it in English. It would be an excellent opportunity for every student who will do spoken course for us in order to be a fluent speaker as well. So first of all, I would like to say that sense of tense. As you are fully aware, you are fully cautious about the sense of tense. There are 12 tense are existing in this period. But as last class I said that if you want to be a fluent speaker or if you want to improve or ameliorate your speaking skills, you don't need to read 12 sentences as well. In addition to this, you have to read 6 or 7 tenses that will be enough for you to be a fluent speaker, to speak like a British or American people as well. So what is tense? We know there are a wide range of structures, there are a wide range of grammars, multifarious rules and regulations. We have been teaching, we have been told that by our teachers. But as we are in spoken course, we will go an exceptional way. What is tense? Tense means period, time. Whenever you want to make a conversation with your friends, you need to make your friends understood that which time actually you are using. If you want to say your friend, I will meet you tomorrow, then your friend will understand that you said that you will meet him tomorrow, not today or yesterday. But if you somehow say that I did meet you yesterday, but you really wanted to say tomorrow, it will never work able. So if you have to bear in mind the tenses, the sense of tense, which sense you are using in order to make your friend comprehend as well. So we know that there are 12 tenses, but we will discuss today one tense, present simple tense, and we know that the structure of present simple tense, subject, verb, object plus extension. but we cannot apply it while speaking with each other. What is the problem? What is the loophole behind it? Why we cannot? Why we cannot express our expressions by using present indefinite tense? Because we memorize it. We memorize it, but you don't need to memorize it. Just focus it on how it will work. It will work whenever you will make it drill. Drill means peer practice. You have to practice inextricably with your partner or with your classmate as well. I will show you. So the second point is that imperative, positive and negative. As I said earlier, we will discuss today present indefinite tense and we will make it drill. It could be positive, it could be negative, it could be interrogative, it could be negative interrogative. Whenever we will practice, then you will comprehend that, I hope. Last but not least, the point is questionable words. What kinds of words are considered questionable? Do you have any idea? Think a little bit, which types of words are questionable? I hope you know about it. You are smart, you are the young generation of this modern epic, you know about it. But I can tell you which types of words are questionable. For example, what, how many, how much, since, when, day before yesterday, day after yesterday, today, last day. There are kinds of wide range of verbs that are considered or deemed by questionable words and some important words. So each topic is questionably, unquestionably related or linked or intertwined with one each other. So first of all, I would like to start present simple tense. This is a very basic or rudimentary or primary sentence structure of present simple tense. The student of class 2 or 3, they know the structure of present simple tense, but they cannot use it in their speaking skills as well. So how it will work? For example, I can give some examples, the structure of this present simple tense. I can say that I read various kinds of articles every day. This is an example. This is an example of present simple tense or present indefinite tense. We can see subject, we can see verb, we can see object and extension as well. We know about these kinds of sentence. In addition to this, he loves to play with his bosom acquaintances. Do you know what is the meaning of bosom acquaintances? It means your friends. So whenever you will come here, We will teach you the rich vocabulary, the rich lexical resources that make you unparalleled, right? So we know about it. But what will happen? What will ensue when we do not unveil our expressions by using these kinds of structure? What happened? Because we do not make it drill. Whenever I will make it drill and you will practice inextricably with each other, then you will get feedback. How does it work? So just stay with me. And I can give more example. They cherish Western culture. This is also the example of present simple tense. We know about it. We are fully aware or conscious about the sense structure of these kinds of tense that we have been taught from our school life. But what happened? We are being pushed to memorize the rules. You have to remember subject, you have to remember verb, you have to remember object, you have to remember participle, adjective, these kinds of things. But forget about it. Make it easy so that you can understood, so that you can understand what I'm saying. Well, so you can write it down. You can write it down. I can just give you 20 to 30 seconds to write it down. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I will be answering your question as well. So I think you finished it or you've done it. Well, so this was actually the structure of present simple tense. And now I am going to talk about positive and negative sense. Look, before starting the imperative, positive and negative sense, I would like to make it easy for you. As the sentence structure I showcased you a few minutes ago, these kinds of sentences I will apply in drill. Drill means practice with each other inextricably. And the last class I said that every team will consist of 2 students. They will practice with each other. One student will ask their partner positive sentence, negative sentence, interrogative sentence, negative interrogative sentence, and his partner will also ask him and make it effective. It is really workable, I believe that. So let's get started. Do you know what is the meaning of imperative? Oh, negative. As I talked with you that present simple tense, the structure, I write it down. So similarly, Look at the screen. What I have written down. You may home now. This is the structure of present indefinite sentence. You can see subject, verb, the first form, V1, and object extension. But I used auxiliary verb. I believe that you know what are the auxiliary verbs. Do, did, does, am, is, are, was, were, have been, has been, be. Being there are a wide range of auxiliary verbs that we need to use in order to make it positive or negative. These are the basic things that I believe that you, the students, know that. So you go home now. You don't go home now. This is the positive sentence. You go home now. There is no negative mark. There is no negative single piece of word here. You do not go home now. This is negative question. You can comprehend that. And third question is that interrogative question. As I said, you will practice with your partner by interrogating, by asking questions with each other. So whenever you ask your partner, you go home now. You don't go home now. Do you go home now? তুমি কি বাসায় যেতে পারো? Do you go home now? It is interrogative sentence. And the last sentence is, don't you go home now? Don't you go home now? This is the negative and also interrogative sentence. Negative plus interrogative. Look, I know that the students who are so keen to admit the spoken course, they have deficiency in confidence. They know about these kinds of things, but they do not express it. They do not unfold their expression towards their friends, towards their parents, towards their teachers as well. So what will happen if you practice it with your partner? Your inertia, your stammering, and your stuttering will remove, will quit. Whenever you speak it, whenever you utter these kinds of words with your partner. In addition to this, we can change the subject of the sentence. We use you. If you want, you can use he. You can use we. You can use they. You can use I. So as you will be the students, if you have to practice it, without practicing it, you will never be able to be a fluent speaker as well. You have to practice. You have to utter this kind of sentence with your friends. You have to say like this way, like my friend is sitting in front of me and I am asking these kinds of words my friends. For example, he is my friend. I am asking him, you go home now. Don't you go home now? You go home now. You do not go home now. Do you go home now? You don't go home now. And you can change the verb of the sentence. You change the word. You go home now. I can change the word. I can replace it by traveling. You travel now. You don't travel now. Do you travel now? Don't you travel now? These kinds of questions, whenever you will ask, you will get the feedback and you will comprehend completely the sense of the tense that I talked before this topic with you. Sense of the tense. You have to remember the sense of the tense. You don't need to remember, you don't need to memorize the structure of the sentence. You don't need to remember the structure, the rules and regulations, subject, verb, object, extension. No, you need to understand the sense. Which sense are you using to make a conversation with your both of my point tenses as well? So you can change the word and you can change you do not travel now. You do not travel alone. Do you travel alone? Don't you travel alone? These kinds of things that will happen whenever you will practice it. And you can change moreover to, and you cannot change the auxiliary verb to. You will change it whenever we will change the tense, as we are right now present simple tense, present indefinite tense. So we know the auxiliary verb of present indefinite tense, and whenever we will go past indefinite tense or present continuous tense, past continuous tense, that at that time we changed the auxiliary verb. But right now you cannot change auxiliary verb. You have to change the subject. You have to change the verb in order to make the practice a wide range of. You can say, you sleep right now. You don't sleep right now. Do you sleep right now? Don't you sleep right now? You eat new foods. You don't eat new foods. Do you eat new foods? Don't you eat new foods? So whenever you use these kinds of tense, it will make you understood. So I hope these things you will understand, and of course I will give more example so that you can comprehend as well. Well, yeah. So look at this screen. I change the subject, I change the verb. For example, I write it down. I love to write my name very much because I love my name as well. Whenever I get free time, I try to love it, I try to signature it. And I believe that my name has enormous meaning, right? Without my name, no one can call me. So for that particular reason, I used my name, Ashraf. What I have written down, Ashraf recites the Holy Quran. And I believe that you know why I use it recites. Because Ashraf is a name, third person, singular number. We have to use S or ES, our main verb, right? So bear in mind, right? This sentence is positive sentence and it is negative sentence. It is visible that Ashraf do not recite the Holy Quran. And we replace this sentence into interrogative sentence, right? How can we apply it? Our work is to make the auxiliary verb came into the first place. Look, do Ashraf. Recite the Holy Quran. This sentence is called interrogative sentence. Right? What is interrogative sentence? Just remember it. I am asking somebody else to know some information. This is called interrogative sentence. You don't need to remember what is the structure of interrogative sentence. You don't need to. You just wanted to ask somebody else to get some information, right? So what I said, do Ashraf recite the Holy Quran? Yes or no? Of course, yes. I can recite the Holy Quran. in an excellent way. And the last one. Don't Ashraf recite the Holy Quran? This sentence is called negative interrogative sentence. Negative interrogative sentence. Look, so whenever you use these kinds of structure, the structure is very easy and effortless. You can make a conversation with your friends. So you will be able to be a fluent speaker by adopting these kinds of ways, because these kinds of sentence will make you confident, will remove your stammering or stuttering. When you want to speak with your friends, then you cannot think what kinds of thing you need to tell with your friends. So if you use and if you practice these kinds of words inextricably or simultaneously, it will be an excellent benefit for you. When you will practice it, you will achieve it. I believe that, inshallah. And you can change, as I said earlier, the subject. You can say we, and you can change resides. For example, we can change the name Ashraf. We can replace it by you. You recite the Holy Quran. But whenever we use subject as a you, we cannot use is by es, because this is actually the basic grammatical rules and regulations that every student knows. But if you don't know, you can tell me. I will make it easy for you so that you can understood. Well, so Ashraf, we can change it. You recite the Holy Quran. You do not recite the Holy Quran. Do you recite the Holy Quran? Whenever you ask your friend, do you recite the Holy Quran? Then your friend will give you the answer. And whenever your friend will provide the answer will be simple tense. The answer will be present indefinite. Then when you listen the answer, that will say your friend, then you will comprehend the sense of the tense that I taught earlier, right? So, do you recite the Holy Quran? Don't you recite the Holy Quran? So if your friend do not recite the Holy Quran, then your friend will tell you, no, actually I do not. I do not recite Holy Quran. I do not know how to recite Holy Quran. This sentence is also called present indefinite sentence. I believe that. So I hope you understood. So do you understand what I'm saying? I hope you understood what I have written for yourself. So if you have any questions, then you can feel free to ask me. So can I wipe it out? So I can wipe it out right now. I hope you take a note. Then you will read it after this session as well. So this is actually a way to be practice, because I started by saying that practice, practice, practice to be a fluent speaker, to be a good speaker in English, right? You have to bear in mind. So I can change this screen as well. So last but not least, the point is what we said, what we write it down, questionable words. What are the questionable words? And is there any relation with these kinds of drills? These kinds of drills, is there any relation? Of course. Of course, there are enormous relation or intertwined with each other. Just look at the screen. Yeah. So which words are generally considered questionable words? Look, I said what, when, where, how, how much, how many. There are a multifarious words that are called questionable words. And these kinds of words are extremely paramount for your interrogative sentences whenever you will ask somebody else. Right? Right. And we can say, so these are the words of questionable words. And I said, in addition to this, some important ones. Some important ones. Look at the screen. And there are many types of words were considered questionable words. How many, how much, how, where, when, what, since when, these kinds of words. I will give you some notes about these kinds of words as well. And look at the next words. So these are the words. These are the words are called important words. So sometimes we use sentences. Yes, sir. আমি আগামী পরশুদিন আসবো. How we will make it? Although I do not discuss the present future indefinite tense. Sir, আমি আগামী পরশুদিন আসবো. Sir, I will come day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow. And as I am not discussing with you the future indefinite tense, so forget about the future indefinite tense. Is there a relation with the present indefinite tense? Of course, there is an enormous or close relation with the present indefinite tense. Look, I said that earlier, Ashraf recites the Holy Quran. So if I say, in the morning, Ashraf recites the Holy Quran. So is it wrong sentence or right sentence? Definitely it is right sentence. In the morning, Ashraf recites the Holy Quran. In the morning, Ashraf do not recite the Holy Quran. So when Ashraf recite the Holy Quran, when Ashraf recite the Holy Quran, then at the time we can say Ashraf recites the Holy Quran in the evening. In the evening. Or Ashraf do not recite the Holy Quran at night. And I said earlier that they love to play football. When they love to play football, when they love to play football. Forget about the when. Where they love to play the football. Right? And the answer is They love to play the football at the field, at the stadium, at the different kinds of places as well. So I believe that you can understand what are the intertwined, what are the relations or connection with one each other. So these are the three topics that have unquestionably a relation with each other, which is very important for you. So you noticed that you don't need to memorize anything, but whenever you make conversation, whenever you make drill with your friends, you ask, do you sleep? Don't you sleep? When do you sleep? When don't you sleep? At the time, you will comprehend that the words of the points as well, and you will be able to be a ultimately fluent speaker. But bear in mind, my dear brothers and sisters, you have to practice. You have to practice a lot. Without practicing, it will never work. It will never work. And you can practice in front of the mirror. Just bear in mind the basic structure of these kinds of tense as well. So I hope this will be an excellent opportunity for you to learn these kinds of things in order to make you unique, ubiquitous from other friends as well. So I believe that. So there are also some words that I can write it down right now. For example, what can I write? At dusk. Right? Etc. You can say how long? How long, Ashraf? How long do Ashraf recite the Holy Quran? Then at the time you can say that Ashraf recites Holy Quran 2 hours. And how long Tawfiq? How long does the Tawfiq? How long does the Tawfiq recite the Holy Quran? Tawfiq recites the Holy Quran 1 hour. So you understand that what are the relations between each sentences, and I hope that this session would be and preferable or workable for each one of you. So these kinds of interesting and fascinating topics actually we are going to host. Just you need to ensure your admission with the FusionLab in order to get best services from ourselves. Last but not least, this is for being today. So I hope that you will start your spoken journey with us, and this journey you will be able to be a fluent speaker. And you know that in this modern epoch we have to learn English. Without English we cannot actually take into account to pursue our higher education from overseas, right? Every student has dream. They cherish the dream to complete their higher education from overseas. So if you want to go there, you have to go through spoken English as well, right? So I believe that this journey will be workable for each one of you. And you know that English is becoming the second global language right now. In addition to this, it is the dominant language that is dominating by the other languages as well, right? So you know the international events, international business related events, international talk shows, international journals, and the famous renowned books are written by English. So how you can forget it, how you can circumvent or avoid this language, right? So I hope that this would be an excellent opportunity for you. So our admission process is going on. I believe that each one of you will start your journey with us, and it would be an excellent opportunity for each one of you. So stay with Fusion Lab. So see you again. Adios.